Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Central Victoria, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to make this gorgeous chocolate box for Christmas, and I absolutely love this box. It's using some really beautiful things out of the new Stampin' Up holiday catalogue. So let's bring that holiday catalogue in and quickly show you what it looks like. It's this one here. If you don't already have one and you live in Australia and you don't already work with a demonstrator, pop me a line and I can send you one out. This has got so many wonderful, great new products in here for Christmas, so I'm excited to show you a little bit about what's inside. So this little box opens up, or you can just pull that little off, opening it up, and then inside we have a couple of the Furry Friends, which are Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate, little chocolates. So cute little gift to give to someone. Could certainly fit quite a few other different things inside there as well. And I think this just looks so elegant and beautiful. But there's not a lot to it. It's a pretty quick and easy project to make. But you would make someone's day by giving them something like this, wouldn't you? Just absolutely beautiful. So the products that I've used for this box are the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. And I've also used the tree punch that goes with it, so you can purchase these two in a bundle and save yourself 10%, which is a fantastic saving to take up and use. We are using some other punches as well, the Starburst punch and the classic label punch. We're doing some heat embossing with some Versamark ink, some copper embossing folder, and I'm also using the Stampin' Up heat tool. This gorgeous ribbon is called the Classic Weave ribbon in very vanilla and copper, and it has sentiments that go along in different fonts, which is absolutely beautiful. I love this, and it's very vanilla. It's just really pretty. Also have all my card kit here, and it's all ready to go. All the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog, and there is a link to that blog post in the description of this video. It's also linked to my online store where you can purchase all the products to make this box. You could also order anything else if there was anything else that you needed. Use the hostess code for the month, and not only will I send you out a free gift, you'll earn yourself some Inky rewards, but I'll also email you a PDF tutorial, where last month there was 42 printable tutorials, but this month it's all out of the holiday catalogue. So all the projects and cards will be coming out of the Stampin' Up holiday catalogue, and you will absolutely love it. I have seen some of the projects already, and it's really some great ideas there, and that's all free just for shopping through my online store and using the hostess code. So we're using Merry Merlot with the copper, and we've also got some very vanilla and some pear pizzazz, which these colours look so great, and I love Christmas traditional colours. We have some copper foil sheet as well, and all I've done is I've just scored it in half and then scored it in half and then folded it in half and burnished that as well. That goes along our little lid there. Okay, so we're going to start with making the box. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Trimmer, and let's start popping this box, making it into a box, should I say. On the 4 7/8 inch side, which is the smaller side, what we're going to do is we're going to score at 3/8 of an inch on both sides. So let's do that. Just doing both sides. That's pretty easy. Now on the 11.5 inch side, we're going to score at 2 3/8. No, sorry, 2 is the first one. So at 2 inches, 2 3/8 of an inch. Six 3/4. And 7 1/8. So let me just go through those dimensions as well. Again, we have 2 inches, 2 3/8 of an inch, 6 3/4, and 7 1/8 of an inch, and on both sides here it's at 3 inches on either side. So that gives us our box template. The next thing that is really important, so you can see this is the top flap, and then these are the front and the back piece. What's really important is we have a stamp that we're going to be stamping, and it's a directional stamp. If we were just randomly stamping all the way around, it wouldn't matter. But what I've done for this box is I've directionally stamped it all, so it's nice and it makes sense on either side. But what we need to do for that is this top flat bit, so this bit here, we have to stamp upside down, and then the bottom flap we are stamping upside down. This middle one we're going to stamp up the right way. Okay, so really important that you get that right so you get your orientation right. So I'm going to bring in the Stampin' Pierce mat just to give me a bit of extra cushioning with our photopolymer stamp set. I'm going to bring that Versamark ink in, and what I really want to do is I don't really want to go off on the edges here on our edge of our box. I want to leave them really nice and plain, so I'm just going to focus on the middle pieces, so not these little edge pieces, so for the top or the bottom. Okay, so let's get moving with that, and I might even fast forward it just to make it a little bit quicker for you. Now we have the heat tool all nicely warmed up, so I'm just going to pop this to the side. I'm going to bring in our very vanilla piece, and this one we're going to stamp both the tree and the sentiment ho ho ho. So we might as well do that all while it's all nice and warmed up. And that sentiment. I'm going to do our tag first, so I'm going to bring that tree punch in and just punch that out. I'm going to bring the classic label punch in for the ho ho ho. Purpose as we're going to use the starburst punch, which just gives it that nice little bit of a green in the background there. And I'm going to pop up both the sentiment and the tree. So let's bring some dimensionals in for that. And do some side ones for that sentiment. So that's pretty easy, that little sentiment there. Let's make our box. So I'm going to fold and burnish on all those score lines. So we have our box all ready to go. We're going to cut up into all our little tabs here. So just up to that first score line there. And we're going to do that for both sides to pop our box together. So we've scored up all our little tabs. The little tabs that are part of the flap, the front of our box, we're going to get rid of those ones. We don't need them. So we're going to get rid of that one and this big rectangle as well. I'm actually going to bring my big scissors in for that. So let's get rid of those ones. So this is the template that you're left with, just like that. These little tabs here, we're going to glue to our back of our box. So let's just pop them in. I'm going to get a little bit of tear and tape, and you only need the smallest little bit. We're going to attach it to this part of our tab, okay? So lining it up so it's all goes together. And the other side as well. And then we're going to run some tear and tape along our top flap. So, sorry, the bottom flap it'd be, because this is our top with our flap there. We're going to pop some tear and tape on the inside here. And this attaches our whole box together. Okay. So popping that down. On both sides. Such a sweet box. So I'm just going to pop my bone folder in just to get a nice crisp area there. Now on our flap, this is where our copper foil is going to come in, and I've just got that cut a little bit more than the 4 1/4, just so I can chop it off at both ends. So I'm going to pop some tear and tape on both sides. And what you want to do is you want to attach one side at a time, just to make it a little bit easier for you. I'm going to work on the front of my box first. I can take that tape off the back. I've just got that little bit of an excess, so I'll take that off. That's great. So I have my furry friends here. I've got a kiwi and a kangaroo. So let's pop them in. I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the bottom of my Starburst punch. Okay. And we want to just close that up, and then we want to just pop this down so we can stick that in behind without too many issues. So that's easy. So beautiful. Okay, so let's bring in that gorgeous Furry Vanilla and Copper in ribbon. And I'm just going to lay it around, and I'll tie just a little bow here on the left hand side. Chop that off with my ribbon scissors. Now if you were to make a few of these, you could certainly do the box just plain and then jazz up a little bit more with your tags, or you could use designer series paper. That would work as well. You might have to just make those edges just that little bit bigger, so you've got a bit more strength in there. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you left me a comment. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do, and I would love to see you back here very soon. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.